What's going on, America? This is Kevin in Kevin's Corner. And it appears that there has been another attack in France. Now, whether it's a terrorist attack or not, we don't know yet. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify that. But nonetheless, this attack in France further validates everyone who supports the Second Amendment. It validates our arguments, okay, in two ways. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? And by the way, this is not four. This is just 2 on 2, so just in case you left-eyed or right-eyed, you'll be able to see both. Two, okay? 2 ways. It validates our argument, all right? One, it shows the fact that regardless of if you try to ban guns or whatever, humans that are evil will find a way to be evil. They will do whatever they can, find whatever object they can find to punish people, hurt people, or to scare people. And therefore, trying to ban guns is ridiculous, okay? Trying to say, well, you know what? If this gun shoots 30 bullets and this gun shoots 25, you don't need 30 bullets. So we'll just stop it at 25 or whatever logic they try to come up to justify why there should be some rollback on guns, okay? But the second thing is even more important. It shows the fact that the people need to always have a way to protect themselves from evil, crazy, stupid people. You gotta balance out the power, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So now, just think about this. How we always say the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. But guess what? Only thing that can stop a bad guy with a knife are good guys with knives. So guess what, France? Y'all need to go ahead and pass laws so people can carry knives just like the other crazy people that's carrying knives. So imagine if that guy would have went in and pulled out his knife and started chopping, and everybody else would have pulled out their knife and started slicing on him. Okay? It would have equaled things up. So for people to have this idea that, hey, all you got to do is just prevent people from having guns or whatever, the law-abiding citizens will obey that. But the crazy ones, the lawbreakers, are not going to obey that, and they're going to take advantage of everybody who don't have one. So if the European countries say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and ban guns, but they don't ban knives, then guess what? Crazy people adjust and say, well, I'll just use a knife. But what happens if you balance out the powers? If I was in France right now, I'd be carrying me a knife just like the people who's been attacking people with knives. And guess what? It'll just turn into a big knife fight. So it will at least make people that decide to do stuff like this have to worry about defending themselves as well. Right now, if you go into a place where nobody else has a gun, you don't have to worry about defending yourself until the cops show up. This guy didn't have to worry about nothing until the cops showed up and killed him. So during all that time, he's just chopping away and swinging at people. I think like 17 people got stabbed or hurt, and then he even killed one person. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't we balance out the power? Okay, it is less likely somebody would do something like that if you roll up on the scene, and I don't care what weapon you use. You go in there talking about, I'm going to use a baseball bat. You go in there, and everybody else got baseball bats. You're going, this isn't what I quite saw in my head. I was hoping to go in there and chase everybody else around with my bat because they don't have bats. But now they're going to have baseball bats, and I'll probably maybe get one swing in. Then they're going to beat me to death with their bats. Same thing with knives. Okay. You go in with your knife. You see everybody with a Crocodile Dundee knife on their hip. And then you pull your little switchblade out and they hit you with that's not a knife. This is a knife. You're going to put your switchblade up and you're going to leave. That's what's going to happen. Same thing with guns. People talk about, I'm going out in a blaze of glory for whatever reason. And you go into a place talking about, I'm about to shoot up everybody. And everybody says, no, you might get 1 or 2 of us. But nah, it's not going to be just cherry picking today, buddy. So everybody, they draw their gun on this guy. Guess what he does? Sorry, everybody, it was just a drill. Great job. I'm here to support the Second Amendment. And just a test. All right, just to make sure everybody's prepared to respond in case of something like this happening. Thank you. Take care. I'm going to leave now. That's what would happen. So for those that live in fairy tale land, to think that the problem with people doing stuff like this is really coming down to weapons, and therefore if you ban weapons, certain weapons, it's going to alleviate that. You're being very, very naive. People that are evil will always find a way to manifest that evil. And so good people have to say, well, instead of punishing other good people, we have to empower good people to combat evil and make the fight at least equal and fair. And that will balance things out. Why do you think Soviet Union and us never really got into a nuclear war? Because both of us got nuclear weapons. And it kind of works like that with China and some of the other countries that have nuclear weapons. You're less likely to say, I'm about to blow this country off the map if that country also has nuclear weapons. And you're going, wait a minute, I got to consider something here. This wouldn't be good. Both of us would pay the price. So, hey, why don't we come to the table and negotiate? Or how about this? How about we just leave each other alone? There you go. So just stick to the guns, people. And I don't mean literally, well, yeah, literally too. But nonetheless, when it comes down to the Second Amendment, we're here in America. We know right now a lot of people use guns incorrectly. All right. The problem is not let's get rid of all the guns. The problem is let's educate and empower and keep that power of the overwhelming amount of practical and law-abiding gun citizens and deal with the very small amount of people that decide to use guns for crazy things like mass shootings. And if you focus on that, we are less likely to deal with the crazy people that are killing up a whole bunch of people. We're less likely to empower them. Instead, it would discourage them. That's what I'm saying. When they know that everybody else got guns just like them. So anyway, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. That's just my thought. I'm going, man, look what's going on in France and other, countries that felt like guns were the problem. You just create another problem. And so I guess the solution there is let everybody carry knives now. There's a whole bunch of knife fights going on in the street. All right. If you like this video, hit like, share it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. And also you can support Kevin's Corner. There are links in the bottom if you like. And we will see you next time in Kevin's Corner.